The January snow blanketed Crescent Meadows, my unbreakable suburb pulsing with winter's fierce resolve. I just returned from Marine deployment overseas when I found a sold sign on my 50-acre ranch, the heart of my community, with a letter from Karen Miller's HOA claiming they'd auctioned it for unpaid dues while I was defending our country. Their sale was a landmine aimed at stealing my home. Karen, who'd banned my little free library, packed my son's room, and tried to evict me from my cabin, had no idea my security cameras caught her planting the sign. I was Sarah, the 20-year-old farmer, Meadow Mart owner, conservationist, SWAT trainer, tech founder, federal health inspector, sharpshooter, Marine, county sheriff, 911 dispatcher, retired federal judge, police chief, Homeland Security agent, developer who built Crescent Meadows, designer of its security system, owner of the lake, dock, and HOA, and a self-taught mechanical engineer. Her land grab wasn't just illegal, it was treasonous, and I was about to unleash a military reclamation of her entire neighborhood to take it back. I stood on my ranch, phone filming as neighbors pinged by my security app gathered, outraged. This wasn't just a sale, it was Karen's most heinous assault, blind to my land ownership and service. My heart roared, but a steely grin emerged. She thought she could sell my land? I was about to turn her scheme into a viral route, with military Humvees as my gavel. What unfolded wasn't just reclaiming my ranch. It was a masterclass in patriotic justice, community fire, and comedic payback that left Karen crushed, her HOA erased, and Crescent Meadows cheering. My land wasn't just dirt, it was her downfall, and my military response was the verdict. Karen's sale was her gravest mistake, and our reclamation was about to shake the ground. Crescent Meadows was a defiant suburb, its snow-covered fields, bustling markets, and my Meadow Mart Cafe, a bold stand against Karen Miller's HOA tyranny. Once plagued by rules on delinquent properties and unclaimed land, it now thrived, with my 50-acre state-leased ranch on unincorporated county land as its core. My ranch, a sprawling haven of fields, barns, and my farmhouse, was HOA exempt, wired with my Crescent Code security system, cameras and sensors I designed. I'm Sarah, the 20-year-old farmer, conservationist, SWAT trainer, Meadow Mart owner, tech founder of Crescent Code, federal health inspector, sharpshooter, Marine, county sheriff, 911 dispatcher, retired federal judge, police chief, Homeland Security agent, developer who built Crescent Meadows, designer of its security system, owner of the lake, dock, and HOA, and a self-taught mechanical engineer with a fictional ageless fire. I crushed Karen 76 times, buying Meadow Mart after her farm stand ban, exposing her assault on Lily, stopping her fishing derby, evicting her fishing club, jailing fake HOA cops, rallying for a pilot's defiance, retrieving my tow tractor, shutting down her cop call on my fence, backing Ibrahim Traore, ejecting her security patrol, protecting the Thompsons' winning court from my wrecked car, defending my mom's cold stand, exposing her 911 call on Senator Ellison, grounding her, airline stunt, nailing her bank meddling, restoring my water pipe, towing her SUV, saving my mom's nurse, rescuing Emma from her kidnapping, saving Liam from her brick attack, foiling her field grab, scaring her with my bear, Bruno, defending Emma's wheelchair, stopping her 911 call on my ranch, saving Max from her clippers, voiding her lake fine, saving my pool party, recovering my stolen truck, foiling her power theft, stopping her sewage-powered lights, disarming her fake cop, rebuilding my sister's bridge, proving I owned her mortgage, stopping her assault on Alex, ejecting her trespassing officers, shutting off her pipeline, proving my Lamborghini legit, turning my lawn into an obstacle course, outshooting the FBI, stopping her fake cop arrest, handling her 911 abuse, rescuing my kids from her kidnapping, towing her Mustangs from my garage, trapping her at her gate, burying her porch in mulch, spiking her SUV on my lawn, closing her trails for my hunting, proving I built the suburb, jailing her for hitting Max, rebuilding the Thompsons' house, turning her trails into my hunting ground, catching her spying on my yard, suspending her board for burning my boat, nailing her for her 911 call on my rain tanks, foiling her eviction over my cabin, burying her in pennies for her fines, towing her car for blocking my driveway, reclaiming my cabin after her sale, sinking her cop's truck with Grandpa's tractor, evicting her fishing club with Marcus, arresting her for breaking into my garage, busting her 911 call on my pool, stopping her fake cop arrest, seizing her HOA with my deed clause, crushing her motorbike ban, locking her pool access, charging her for felling my tree, returning her trash with interest, nailing her for my gym's 911 call, defending Marcus's home from her 911 stunt, backing Marcus at his pool, stopping fake cops from tossing Alex, evicting her clubhouse for trespassing, jailing her for packing Liam's room, exposing an engine sabotage, and building a public library after her book ban. My Marine rank and military allies were my latest weapons. Karen Miller, mid-50s, was a cornered bully, her clipboard a broken prop. Exiled and bankrupted, she'd forged a sale of my ranch while I was deployed, unaware it was felony fraud and my cameras rolled. Her scheme, backed by a rogue HOA remnant, relied on fake dues claims, blind to my ownership. Key allies included Alex, my Delta Force operative wife, Marcus Thompson, Navy SEAL and lake owner, Mia, my nurse sister, Jake, my Marine brother, Vince, Iron Riders biker leader, Ellen, my sharpshooter mom, Tom, my biologist friend, Linda, the councilwoman, Lily, my waitress turned leader, Liam, my 8-year-old son, Grandpa Joe, our tractor-driving patriarch, and Deputy Harris, my SWAT deputy. Agent Laura Chun, my FBI contact, and Colonel Ryan Evans, my Marine CO, were ready to escalate. The Crescent Meadows Forum, our digital hub, would amplify the fight. The setting was a frigid January afternoon in 2026 on my ranch's front field, where Karen's old sign staked my land and my cameras recorded. Neighbors, alerted by my app, gathered in fury. Karen's sale was a crime, and her ignorance of my military ties was her fatal error. This wasn't just about my land. It was Karen's assault on my service. For me, it was a chance to reclaim my home, seize her neighborhood, and unite Crescent Meadows. As I filmed, I knew this fight would echo our victories and thunder with our spirit. Karen's fake sale was a flagrant felony. The sold sign claimed my ranch was auctioned for $250,000 in unpaid dues, a lie on my private land. I filmed, voice sharp, "This is my ranch, Karen. Your sale's fraud." My cameras caught her planting the sign. I radioed Harris, who growled, "Theft and forgery?" She's cuffed. Ellen texted my deed, saying, "Karen's land grab's dead." Linda vowed to bring county officials, noting, "Selling a Marine's land? Prison." I called Chun, who snapped, "This is FBI-level property theft." Neighbors swarmed, filming the sign. My forum post exploded. HOA sold my ranch while I was deployed. I'm reclaiming their neighborhood. Hashtags hashtag HOA land grab and hashtag Sarah Fights Back trended, hitting 255 million views. Jake livestreamed from Meadowmart, showing my footage and deed. Crescent Meadows stands with Sarah, he said, hitting 260 million views. Lily handed out flyers about property laws, explaining Sarah owns this ranch. Karen's a thief. Karen's HOA cronies, a trio with signs, dues enforced, tried to defend her, but neighbors drowned them out, chanting Sarah's land. Mia shared my Marine service record, proving my sacrifice. I shared my clip. Karen sold my land while I fought for us. I'm taking her neighborhood. The video hit 3.9 billion views. Marcus arrived, saying, "She targeted me too. I'm testifying." His seal weight rattled the cronies. Harris's SWAT team and Chen's FBI unit arrived, inspecting the sign. "Forged sale," Chen said, noting my land status. I flashed my sheriff badge, live streaming. Karen sold my ranch. I'm reclaiming her neighborhood with the military. The stream hit 19 billion views, with news helicopters circling. Comments flooded. "Sarah's a hero. Karen's done." Linda arrived with a federal prosecutor, announcing Karen's sale is felony fraud. The crowd chanted "Reclaim, reclaim," as the cronies fled. The FBI found Karen at her condo, clutching a fake sale contract. Harris detained her, as I contacted Colonel Evans, who deployed a Marine unit to secure my ranch. Karen rambled, "It's our land." But Chun held up my deed and footage. "You're under federal arrest," she said. The forum planned a land-free day at my ranch with rallies and music. Karen's lie about dues collapsed. My deed was ironclad. The stage was set, not just to reclaim my ranch, but to seize her neighborhood and rally Crescent Meadows around my justice. Her sale was her end, and my military response was our victory. My ranch was a fortress of justice. Karen stood detained at her condo, sweating, as Harris and Chun reviewed her fake contract. Marine Humvees rolled onto my land, securing the perimeter while neighbors rallied. The live stream hit 20 billion views, with hashtag HOA landgrab and hashtag Sarah Fights Back trending globally. Neighbors packed my fields, waving signs, Sarah's land. No HOA theft. News crews broadcast live, anchors calling it a Marine's ranch versus HOA fraud. The air roared, and I was ready to reclaim Karen's neighborhood. Tom addressed the crowd, voice steady. Sarah's ranch is private, HOA exempt. Karen's sale is felony theft. He showed my footage and deed, proving her crime. Neighbors cheered, sharing the clips online. Ellen handed out flyers, saying, "Sarah's a Marine and sheriff. Karen's a fraud." The forum surged, "Karen's a thief. Sarah's our hero." A viral tweet read, "HOA sells Marines land while she's deployed. Military reclaims neighborhood. Hashtag Sarah Fights Back." Karen yelled, "It's our auction." But Chin held up my footage, stating, "You committed theft and forgery." Her face fell. She hadn't known my cameras. Veterans groups joined X, posting, "Karen's attack on Sarah's land is a disgrace. Support Crescent Meadows." The Change.org petition, "Justice for Sarah's Ranch," hit 260 million signatures, with comments like "Sarah's a legend" and "Karen's done." Linda spoke to reporters, voice firm. "Sarah's service and ranch are our pride. Karen's theft threatens our values." She announced a council motion to fine the HOA $4.7 million and dissolve it. The crowd roared, chanting "Land free." The HOA leaked texts disavowing Karen. "She's rogue." Neighbors guarded my ranch, as Vince's biker crew patrolled the perimeter. I grabbed the megaphone, heart pounding. "Karen sold my ranch while I served, but I'm sheriff, I own the HOA, and the military's reclaiming her neighborhood." I proposed a land-free day at my ranch, with military demos, music, and a fundraiser for veterans, inviting all. The crowd cheered, volunteering to host. I shared online, "Karen's sale failed. Join us for Land-Free Day." The live stream hit 21 billion views, with hashtag LandFreeDay trending. Comments flooded, "Sarah's unstoppable. Karen's crushed." Karen made a last stand, yelling at Chun, "I'm in charge." But Rachel, my attorney, arrived with a federal indictment. "You're charged with theft, forgery, and fraud," she said, as Harris cuffed her. The crowd parted, phones filming as Marines posted reclaimed signs across the HOA's neighborhood, citing my ownership of key lots. Jake's stream hit 40 billion views, with comments like "Buy Karen." "Land wins." News ran headlines. "Marine sheriff reclaims neighborhood after HOA sells her land." Lily organized kids to paint land-free signs, while Tom tied it to my lake, saying Sarah protects our roots. Harris secured the neighborhood, and neighbors cheered as Marines patrolled. Chun verified my deed, and Linda promised county funding for a Crescent Valor sign, marking my ranch's status. The stage was set for a victory that would reclaim my land, end Karen's reign, and show Crescent Meadows' power. Karen was cuffed, but my military reclamation would shock everyone. The federal courthouse roared with justice as Karen faced trial, my ranch standing proud. The livestream hit 41 billion views, with hashtag HOA landgrab and hashtag Sarah Fights Back trending worldwide. Neighbors packed the gallery, waving land-free signs as news crews filmed. I stood in my Marine uniform, my roles as sheriff, Marine, and HOA owner now a verdict, our evidence our blade, ready to bury Karen. Judge Torres, a federal veteran, called order. "Ms. Miller, you're charged with theft, forgery, and fraud," he said. Rachel presented my footage, showing Karen's sign. The plaintiff owns the ranch and key HOA lots, she said. The gallery cheered. Phones filming for the forum, where comments surged. Karen's done. Sarah's our hero. Chen testified, voice sharp. Karen's sale violated federal property laws, targeting a deployed Marine's land. She showed the fake contract, sparking gasps. Linda announced the council's $4.7 million HOA fine and dissolution. The crowd chanted land, land, as kids waved painted fields, symbols of our win. Tom showed my deed and military records, proving my rights. Sarah's service sank her, he said, sparking applause. I unveiled a Crescent Valor signed sketch, county-backed, to mark my ranch. This land's mine, and Karen's guilty, I said, sharing it online. A star under a federal seal. The forum erupted. Perfect. Sarah's legacy. Torres reviewed the evidence, footage, deed, contract, calling it irrefutable. Karen, pleading not guilty, claimed it's HOA dues. But Rachel played her planting the sign, exposing her lies. Torres ruled, guilty on all counts. 15 years for Miller, $6 million in damages to Sarah, and HOA dissolution. The gallery roared as Karen slumped, broken. My digital dossier, footage, deed, indictments, was handed to the press, ensuring conviction. News ran it live. Marine sheriff reclaims neighborhood after HOA sells her land. The crowd surged, music blaring, as Land-Free Day plans took shape. I gave a mic to Alex, who grinned. Sarah's ranch is our pride, she said. Neighbors hugged her, guarding my land in solidarity. This wasn't just Karen's defeat. It was Crescent Meadows' triumph. Proof our community could outshine treachery. As my ranch stood firm, justice prevailed. Karen's conviction was Crescent Meadows' victory. News ran headlines like Marine reclaims neighborhood after HOA land theft and Sarah's valor triumphs. The live stream hit 44 billion views, with hashtag Sarah Fights Back trending for weeks. Fan art of the valor sign as a justice symbol flooded the forum, and veterans groups invited me to speak. Talk shows called, but I stayed grounded, saying this is about our community. Land-Free Day was a sensation. Thousands joined, neighbors, kids, Harris's team, watching Marine demos, dancing, and unveiling the Crescent Valor sign. Meadow Mart catered, and Tom led eco talks, tying the ranch to my lake strength. The event raised $22.5 million for veterans, and state leaders hailed it as a model. The forum buzzed with photos. Sarah's land shines. No more Karens. The HOA was eradicated. Linda's vote fined it $4.7 million and dissolved it, with new laws banning property theft. Karen got 15 years, was banned from Crescent Meadows, and vanished to a prison cell, reportedly arguing over rules. Don't sell like Karen became a local joke painted on fences. My ranch became a tourist draw, with visitors snapping valor selfies. Meadow Mart and my ranch event soared, the cafe hosting valor nights with music and justice talks. Tourists flocked to Sarah's ranch, boosting sales. Neighbors brought gifts, mini stars, marine patches, saying my fight inspired them. Tom's data showed the lake thriving, celebrated at a community feast. The digital dossier, footage, deed, verdicts was studied for property laws, influencing policy. Lily mentored kids, painting eco signs for my ranch. The forum planned a Valor Fest with demos, music, and SWAT drills, cementing our spirit. Sarah turned Karen's theft into our triumph. One post read, I hired teens to patrol my ranch, giving them pride. At the fest, under a Valor Forever banner, Linda toasted, to Sarah, Alex, Marcus, and Crescent Meadows, where land defeats tyrants. Fireworks burst, kids danced, and my ranch glowed. Karen's sale had been a spark, but we'd built a legacy. My ranch, Meadow Mart, and our suburb were our stronghold, proof no bully could steal our home. As stars shone, I knew Crescent Meadows would always stand proud, fierce, and unstoppable.